Dubai is known to be one of the urban miracles of the modern world. A futuristic city rising in the middle of a desert is something our ancestors, 100 years ago, could only imagine in a sci-fi film. It's hard to imagine that this fascinating location used to be just a tiny fishing village. It seems almost illogical that a small town in a very inconvenient climate zone could become one of the world's biggest business and financial hubs. Around 50 years ago, oil was discovered in Dubai and helped build it to what it has become today. This might not come as a surprise, but that only tells part of the story. Oil reserves have been found in many countries around the Middle East, so why has Dubai in particular seen such a boom? How did this happen? To answer this question, Dubai was once a fishing village that first began to grow thanks to its proximity to Iran, evolving into an important trade route to the Persian Gulf. This initial economic boom was dramatically cut short in 1929 when the Great Depression saw the collapse of the pearl export industry. Residents left Dubai in huge numbers for other parts of the country, and investment in infrastructure slowed to a crawl. Other areas in the United Arab Emirates were expanding from the profits of vast oil field reserves found underground, but it wasn't until a chance discovery of offshore oil in 1966 that fortunes began to change for Dubai too. From 1968 to 1975, the population of Dubai skyrocketed by 300%. The last 30 years have seen the population of Dubai grow to 2,785,000. That's a remarkable growth of 569%. Although oil only accounts for 1% of the GDP, one of its main sources of income, and arguably the UAE's most valuable commercial assets, stem from Dubai's maritime activities. It's an important trading port thanks to being positioned at the entrance/exit of the Persian Gulf, and as a result currently hosts the busiest port in the Middle East. Dubai is now a global business hub, with many companies locating offices here due to tax breaks, custom duty benefits, and no restrictions of foreign ownership. Thanks to its warm climate and easy accessibility from Europe, Dubai is also a luxury tourist destination popular year-round. Dubai's ruler, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, summed up the ambition of his people in a quote: "Dubai will never settle for anything less than first place." Indeed, the city's economic growth has been nearly unparalleled over the past 2 decades. Unlike neighboring Emirates, Dubai had a modest supply of oil and knew that diversifying their economy would be vital for future success. As oil production leveled off in the early 1990s, the tourism industry ramped up. In 2002, reforms allowed foreigners to own real estate, and that industry boomed overnight. As the Middle East begins looking toward a post-oil economy, Dubai's success provides an obvious example for other cities in the region to mimic. The move away from oil led to a boost in tourism, and the little oil Dubai eventually discovered in 1966 went towards building the city we know today. Dubai began shipping oil in 1969, and before gaining independence from Great Britain in 1971 when it became one of the UAE's 7 Emirates. As part of Emirates, but with relative independence over its economy, Dubai continued to diversify its revenue stream throughout the 1980s in order to compete with Abu Dhabi's growing profit from the oil industry. The city established its first free zone in 1985, Jafsa, the Jebel Ali Free Zone, which at 52 square kilometers, 20 square miles, is the largest in the world. This became a big attraction for global businesses. Several thousand Jafsa companies make up 20% of foreign investment in Dubai, and the estimated 144,000 employees are generating $80 billion in non-oil money. That's 21% of the city's gross domestic product, GDP. The UAE is the 3rd richest country in the world, below Luxembourg at number 2 and Qatar at number 1, with a GDP per capita of $57,744. The bulk of its money comes from the production of goods and provision of services related to petroleum, petrochemicals, aluminum, and cement. Let us know in the comments if you have ever been to Dubai, and what you like or dislike about the city. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.